I'm Devin.
And I'm Justin, and this is cdstv.
Breaking news, Corona! It's the end of the 2022 school year and only one question remains. Where's your head at?
Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Drop it. Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Don't let the walls come in on you. You can't live without you.
Baccalaureate 2022 is a celebration of culture to kick off graduation week.
Baccalaureate generally takes 40 to 60 minutes and includes speakers and celebration of the arts.
The ceremony takes place Sunday, May 15th at 5 p.m. in the James C. Love Auditorium.
Students are welcome to wear elements of culture with their cap and gown, since graduation has standard rules for cords, stoles, and other adornments.
There is no limit to guests that may attend, and all are invited to have refreshments and take photos after the ceremony.
Hey juniors, sophomores, and freshman athletes.
Friendly reminder, don't forget to register for fall sports like badminton, cross country, football, golf, swim, dive, girls volleyball, and freshman tennis.
Also, make sure to complete your 2022-2023 sports physical over the summer. The athletic department and coaches look forward to seeing you in the fall.
Have a great summer, Aztecs.
I've been teaching cdstv for 15 very long years. In fact, Laurel Gwilliam, who was part of season 4, she's my daughter's teacher right now in 5th grade, which is kind of cool. So.
My name is Gabe Madrid, and I've been in cdstv for the past 3 years.
Justin, I've been in cdstv for all 4 years.
My name is Mia Martinez, and I've been in cdstv for the past 3 years.
My name is Chris Jensen, and I've been in cdstv 3 years.
I'm Franco Cho, and I've been a part of cdstv for the past 3 years.
I'd 100% recommend this class to other students. Have an open mind. Work with people you don't always work with, because, I don't know, a lot of the time the stuff you make is going to turn out a lot better.
I think the bigger thing about cdstv is that you learn all these other sort of unwritten things about life.
Even if you don't like doing everything, it's free clout if you stand in front of the camera. I think my most favorite thing that we ever did in cdstv was definitely throwing colored powder to each other. I still have the outfit from that. I never watched it.
I think my favorite part of this class is watching everything come together, people working together, planning the broadcast, and then watching it come out is just so rewarding.
Favorite moment? It's probably doing Weather with Rigel. It's just, we mostly improvised everything, so it's always fun to come up with new ideas and make sure everything's new.
I think Rigel passing the torch to me from his weather pieces to my weather pieces is going to be pretty fun. I feel a lot of pressure on it, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to have fun doing it. I'm going to make sure every weather piece gets better than the last one, and still have fun with it.
Rough cuts are basically the point right before, we do them a day before the broadcast, and it's basically how we know what's going to go on and what's not going to go on.
We turn in what we have so far.
We as a class will review it and give each other feedback on how we can improve it.
It's a way to gauge what pieces are going to make it and which aren't.
I definitely think cdstv is a family. I know some people say that it's more like a community, but I feel like the relationships I have with everybody are close-knit like family.
You know, I've made some of the closest friends I've ever had in this class, and that's just what this environment introduces you to.
Generally pretty positive, laid back.
We're very close connected, It's like a little clique in a sense, cdstv kids.
And this was
cdstv.
YouTube. Quite possibly one of the largest broadcasting platforms of all time. But how did we get here? Let's go ahead and find out. So here is the history of YouTube. YouTube began as a simple idea at a dinner party in early 2004, thought up between 3 people, Jod Karim, Steve Chen, and Chad Hurley, all of whom were former employees at PayPal. The 3 were frustrated over the lack of ways to share videos online, so they took it upon themselves to make it possible. The development of this site was begun immediately, with the first signs of it being the registration of its logo as well as the purchase of its domain name on February 14, 2005. A few months later, in May 2005, a beta version of the site was released to the public under a limited audience. The first video on the site would actually be released by Karim himself a few weeks earlier on April 23, 2005.
Alright, so here we are, one of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys is that they have really long fronts, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
This video alone would kick off the video sharing empire that we know today, with the first viral video being a Nike ad, which debuted in September 2005, garnering 1 million views. The most revolutionary addition to the site, however, would come in May 2007, being the Partner Program, which would allow creators to monetize their videos and earn revenue from them. In March 2010, the like and dislike rating system was added, but unfortunately, only one of those would make it through 2021. But the changes in 2010 don't stop there. Chad Hurley stepped down as the CEO of YouTube, and the position was granted to Salar Kamangar. Speaking of the 2010s, arguably the most nostalgic decade in a while, don't at me, things really kicked into high gear for the platform. On July 15th, 2012, possibly one of the most recognizable songs ever was released. What song is it? Take a guess. But why is this such a big deal? It's actually the first video to reach 1 billion views, which is an insane achievement. In 2014, YouTube saw a massive change in its corporate leadership once more, with the former vice president of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, being given the CEO position, something she still holds to this day. And from there, it's basically history. While statistics do show that YouTube has no chance of going away anytime soon, it does beg the question if it ever will. But that entire debate is up to you. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.
Over the years, Latin music has always had its place in American culture, but now, more than ever, its presence in the United States cannot be denied, and one genre in particular has taken the world by storm in recent years. It started in the 90s in the streets of Puerto Rico as music recorded in what they called marquesinas, which are just Puerto Rican carports. It was simply called underground music at the time, and the only way people heard about it was by word of mouth. The police would actually confiscate this type of music, and the media would call the artists that created it irresponsible corruptors of the public order because of the Puerto Rican government's uneasiness toward this music. The genre eventually became accepted as part of Puerto Rican culture in the 2000s and received the name it's known by today, Reggaeton, spelled with or without an accent mark. And up until this point, Reggaeton really hadn't left the island of Puerto Rico. That is, until a certain song came out. Gasolina by Daddy Yankee, released in 2004, made the genre go international, particularly in the US. Artists such as Don Omar, Tego Calderon, Wisin y Yandel, and of course the big boss himself, Daddy Yankee, became popularized. After that, the genre remained comfortable where it was. It had its listeners for sure, but nothing was as big as when it made headlines when a little song came out in 2017 called This song topped the charts worldwide and made reggaeton enter a new era. All of a sudden, all sorts of people, not just Latinos, were listening to reggaeton. And around the same time, another artist entered the scene who has arguably become the face of modern reggaeton. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, or better known as Bad Bunny, has not only taken the world by storm, but has also brought the genre to all new levels. He recently became the second most streamed artist of all time on Spotify and has been the platform's #1 most streamed artist yearly for 2 years in a row. He also broke Beyonce and Jay-Z's record of the fastest ever selling out tour with his 2022 tour titled El Último Tour del Mundo, or the Last World Tour in English. It wasn't actually his last, it was just the name of his newest album at the time. This spotlight on reggaeton has opened the door for so many Latino artists to let their music be heard outside of their home country, even among people who don't speak their language. Adding even more attention to the genre, many reggaetoneros have collaborated with English-speaking artists popular in America, and these include but are not limited to Drake, The Weeknd, Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, Ed Sheeran, Dua Lipa, and Megan Thee Stallion. Lastly, over the past few years, reggaeton has finally begun to receive the recognition it deserves, with Bad Bunny winning awards at the past 2 Grammys award shows, in addition to both shows having performances by reggaetoneros. Additionally, Colombian singer Maluma voiced a character in Disney's 2021 film Encanto. And of course, Bad Bunny and J Balvin made a surprise appearance at Shakira and Jennifer Lopez's 2020 Super Bowl halftime show performance. Most recently, Colombian singer Karol G performed at Coachella 2022, singing songs from icons such as Shakira, Daddy Yankee, and Selena, as well as singing many of her own. It is finally being recognized that good music can and should break language barriers because it deserves to be enjoyed by audiences worldwide, and I cannot wait to see what's next for La Música Latina.
cdstv is proud to share some amazing news about young artist Peyton Escarcega.
She, along with 13 other Corona del Sol artists, entered their artwork into the Congressional Art Show. The art show reception was held last week.
Peyton earned the award of honorable mention. This is a huge honor. Congratulations, Peyton.
Athletes, it's time to complete your 2022 to 2023 sports physical.
For only $15 cash, you can stop by one of our Tempe Union high schools and have your sport physical completed.
No appointment necessary. Please check your Register My Athlete for dates, times, and locations, or see the flyers posted around campus.
Hey Rigel, are you ready for your last weather?
Absolutely. And now, for your weekend weather forecast.
Hey Corona, I'm Rigel. This is your final weekend weather. On Friday it'll be a high of 97 and a low of 60. And on Saturday it'll be a high of 104 and a low of 66. And on Sunday it'll be a high of 105 and a low of 69. And I'm Rigel. And this was your weekend weather. Bye.
I'm Jody.
And I'm Joseph, and in honor of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month,
Here's some of our favorite games from Japanese developers to support as we go into this summer. Fighting games. The greatest gaming genre since ever. You've probably played Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat on your friend's couch or at a party, but do you really know how deep the fighting game community goes? My personal favorite fighting game series, Guilty Gear, is a great example of Japanese artistry in action. It has a unique animation style that set the standard for the current generation of anime fighters, along with an incredible rock-based soundtrack that it's known for, and memorable characters that you're bound to love. If that isn't quite your thing, some other favorites are Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with characters you already know and love, Dragon Ball FighterZ with flashy animation, or Soul Calibur 6 with a crazy character creation mode. This is just the beginning of the options, and there's so many more high-quality Japanese fighting games to choose from.
as well as fighting games, Japan basically owns the RPG, or role-playing game, genre. Many companies produce RPGs, like Sony and Nintendo, but the king of RPGs in my opinion is Square Enix. They're the ones responsible for classics like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and the greatest video game series of all time, Kingdom Hearts. One of their greatest games is the remake of Final Fantasy VII, but the remake is phenomenal. The graphics are absolutely gorgeous and the combat is so much fun. Another favorite of mine from them is Kingdom Hearts 3. Despite the hate this game has received, it is still the best in the series in terms of gameplay and combat. Plus, it provides a solid ending to the story arc it concludes while still leaving the door open for more sequels, so it definitely deserves more praise than it gets.
Also from Square Enix, my favorite standalone game of all time, Nier Automata. This game is basically the greatest thing to ever be created. The scene design is so beautifully detailed you can get lost walking around the world and still be entertained. These views are obtained by just playing naturally and get better as you progress. Combined with the views, the soundtrack is literally magical. I still let it play while studying to this day. Combat is satisfying and customizable through a chip system as you go. The game has 5 different canon endings and each hurts your soul more than the last. Even from the opening monologue, the plot makes you question your life choices, and really that's all you need in a good game.
As summer approaches, make an effort to support these insanely talented Japanese developers and other games with AAPI influence.
It's a fairy!
I'm gonna make you a surf fairy, Andrea!
Yo, I got a pirate!
I'm Parker.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Kira. And this is
Thrifting with a Theme.
Let's figure this out. Pirates are white, right? Okay, we'll go with the basic white pirate shirt. What pants do pirates wear? Do they wear like pinstripes? They're really wrinkled, but you know what? We're gonna go with these. No. We're gonna get this. You know what? You're a pirate who knows they're a pirate. This is something. Okay, so I found my pirate outfit. I'm hoping it actually seems like a pirate.
So I got surfer. I don't know what surfers wear. I think swim shorts are the plan, right? I think this would work, right? Oh my god. These ones, right? Say I'm done. We're gonna keep it short and simple.
Are you joking? This is literally such a fairy skirt. I'm so impressed with myself. So far, all I have is this skirt. There's a lot of good options, but I'll let you know when I find the right top. I feel like I'm so confused. Okay, I genuinely, somebody help me pick the outfit.
So, right? We like it.
No.
Yours would work better because I
Give
got
him
muscles.
Give him a gun show.
These are our final outfits, and we actually found a judge, and it is
Me! Alright, so the winner for theme is Parker. This isn't out of bias. It's just because he has a little pirate bandana, so you can actually tell that it's supposed to be a pirate. But personally, I think that Kira is the winner for looks.
Yay! Grown-up, let us know who won. This was Thrifting with a Theme.
The summer can be hard for some people.
If you are struggling or feel alone while on summer break, please remember the Teen Lifeline number is on the back of your ID.
You can call or text this number at any time to receive help or guidance.
If you or someone you know is struggling, refer them to a Teen Lifeline.
Have a great summer break, Aztecs, and remember, you are not alone, and there is help.
Hey Andrew, what weird foods have you tried recently?
That's a good question, Gabe. Stay tuned for our last episode of Foods That Just Don't Make Any Sense. It's time for my last hurrah here in cdstv, and I wouldn't have it any other way than by being with these wonderful people and doing what has become my peace series.
Mac and cheese ice cream. You finna eat it?
Of course I'm gonna
eat it.
Of course
take a
I'm
chop.
Let me
Choo choo.
eat it. Let me eat it. Let me eat it.
Here comes the choo choo train.
If you can get over the fact that this is labeled as mac and cheese, it's really good. It's like cheesecake ice cream. Tomato.
I taste cream cheese.
Bro,
is that tomato?
Dude, that's hella mid, just like your milk joke.
Joining us to try one last thing is someone who has been great to me for the past 4 years, Mr. Forbes.
Oh yeah. I guess I get the lucky draw. I get the hot honey ice cream. Yeah, there's like a hint of spice in it. Actually, you know what? This is really good. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I would order this like it around. I hope you're not lying. Yo, it's actually not bad, right?
Really?
I kind of like it. Yeah. We can all agree the hot honey one is the best one.
It's the best of everything.
Like,
The
it was a
only
good
good
finish.
thing.
It was a good finish. I liked it a lot. Just like this piece, good finish.
Yeah.
On this bittersweet note,
I'm Brian.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Andrew,
I'm Kai.
I'm Jesse. I'm Mr. Forbes.
and this was my last Foods That Just Don't Make Any Sense.
Yeah.
50 million already televised. Doctors are warning, don't turn on your TV or you will turn into a television.
A new disease is sprouting television heads from the heads of civilians. It's day 69. All the TV heads have taken over, and as far as I'm aware, oh my god! I'm the only one alive. I don't know how much longer I can last like this. Oh boy. It's been 10 years, and I have not seen another living soul. I don't know why, but If I can't see, then you won't brainwash me.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Katie.
And this was Season 15.
Let's go!